Alright, we need to try and figure out this G90 stand here. This is for a newer G90. Just got the wrong cord on it for mine. So, I have a 3D printed base on mine right now. I just keep it on there. Kind of protects it. It locks into the front here, which is actually pretty cool. Anyway, I don't really have a need for this to be at home, but anyway, this radio actually, for how small it is, it's actually fairly heavy. So we go ahead and hook it up there. Now, if I had a quick and easy way to do that, or I had an extra G90 cable, then we would be good to go. See, also, seems to me, every surface I've put it on doesn't quite sit flat. I'm not sure what the reason is. That is slightly annoying. So, this is the original G90 cord. It's kind of a silicone rubber. Well, what we do here is we'll plug this into our battery, and then you can see what the fan does. So, I'm going to go ahead and remove the G90 from it. Let's set it right there. Okay. Okay. So, fan is on. And if we need to test. Come on, guys. These damn things are in my way. We're going to test this just to make sure. Okay. Alright, now the next thing I want to test is these ones, just to see if it sends power to them. Yeah. I'll come over here where I'm not blocking it. Alright. So I have to decide after I look at the board and the schematic how I'd want to do this, to use this radio. Most likely what I would do, since it doesn't really matter, I'd power this thing by itself off of an Anderson power pole. I'd just make a double cord, or a cord with whatever, and so the idea is this is like a built-in splitter, but I would probably, I don't know, I'd probably either get another cord and just put it on that to keep it simple. You know, this thing doesn't care how you feed it, except for you probably can't feed it from here. I've seen a picture of the circuit board. So retrofitting the G90 is probably not a great option, and then it would make it confusing if I sold it. So somebody might think it was a newer one that has, the newer G90s actually have a fan inside of them, but you need a fan on this radio if you're going to use it inside your house. It gets really hot, And it gets really hot portable too. But I don't know how much a G90 cord is. You'd think it would be pretty cheap, but I have a feeling it's probably more expensive than an actual traditional HF4 or 6 cable. Alright, searching for G90. So this is how much this thing is. And we're missing this top piece here. Does this one look different? So there's multiple ones that they sell. Let's click next page. This is the original. We just really need that connector. That's all we need. So here is actually the board. Okay. So these two don't matter. They're both going to the same spot. It looks like all of them are going to the same spot. I don't think there's anything special happening here. You can see the ground. And positive. So, well, what you could do, you could put a connector, an Anderson power pole connector on your original G90 power cord. The only reason I don't have one on mine is because I use those other connectors on my battery. But I do have an adapter, so if I just made an adapter for a Dean connector to a power pole, I could put the G90 power cord on the back of there, and then I would need another cord. The idea was you plug your original G90 power cord into this stand, and you plug the cord on the back of the radio into the radio. That was the idea. So this just begins to be stupid. So we just need to source this connector, and I don't know what you would call this connector. See, here's the one we have, and it's actually $4 less. And I'm not going to buy that for $29 to get the connector. And I'm not going to buy that for $24 to get the connector. It's ridiculous. Here's a $19 one. This costs more than an HF power cord on Amazon. I wonder if they have a name for this connector that they call. F2 1/4 battery terminals. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. I don't think so. Anyway, that cable is probably available somewhere. These people fucking order shit and they don't fucking know what they're doing. Oh my god. People don't research radios. They just don't. They're like, you know, maybe they're new. But $19, I don't want to pay $19 for that. So G90 power. Oh man. Okay. 29, 19, 24, and that's it. That's like probably nothing else on there. Now, there's lots of companies that make connectors. I wonder, I'm looking at, I have a jump box I bought earlier today. I wonder if this is what I need. The XT90. But they really don't like to show a picture of this stuff, do they? Oh I want to see the end of this thing. Anyway. This has nothing to do with what I was looking at earlier, but I need a connector like that. But it's going to have the opposite. And it's got a little divider in between the two. And it's not an XT60. And it's on a jump box, so it's probably an XT90. Anyway, I couldn't possibly think of what this connector would be called. So basically making a little adapter would be the simplest way, or separately powering my fan. I don't know what you call that. It's some kind of small Molex plug. Ask Google and you will get the answer. The xiegu G90 power connector is often referred to as a mini Tamiya connector or a power pole connector, depending on the specific version. Some versions use a Tamiya connector, while others use a particularly newer version. Okay, let's see if we can look up this connector. Now we know what it's called. Copy. And paste. Okay. Oh boy. $8. So I know what we're doing. But I don't need that many of them. Okay, these are already set up. 3 pairs for RC car. Yeah, I thought they looked like something off of an RC. Let's go over here and check the free shipping. Let me just see. I just spent all my Amazon credits too. Oh, look at this. This is even better. Like, straight up, this is the connectors I use. These are big ones. So I think it's what they call a mini. Yeah, this is a too big. Let me put it into perspective for you guys. So this would be cool, but these are too big. Okay, so we need to specify mini. There we go. Hey, look at this. $6. How many pairs? You have a male and female, 3 pairs. 3 pairs? Is it male and female? So you just buy those and then just put Anderson power poles on one of them and clip it on the back, and you're good to go. So I think that's what I'll do. So I'll let you guys know which ones I ordered, but thanks for watching.